Federal agents in Los Angeles last week arresting two Nigerian members of an organized crime ring. They're charged with defrauding Medicare of $6 million. It's the latest strike in a growing battle against organized crime's newest scheme.
These are big checks.
Ripping off taxpayer-funded Medicare and Medicaid programs.
They are definitely well organized, well schooled in how to commit Medicare fraud.
Easy was sort of the heavy hand.
Organized crime groups of multiple ethnicities and nationalities are muscling in on the action in healthcare fraud hotspots like Los Angeles. Crime boss Konstantin Grigorian, a former Soviet Army colonel, he pled guilty to stealing $20 million from Medicare. Karapet Doc Kacharian, boss of a Eurasian crime gang. He and 5 of his lieutenants were recently convicted of stealing doctor identities in a $2 million scam.
The Kacharian gang filed Medicare claims for patients receiving treatment at an office here in downtown Los Angeles. But there's no doctor's office here, only a mail drop. Prosecutors say the crime ring received hundreds of thousands of dollars of Medicare reimbursement checks.
Medicare had no idea that a lot of this was going on because they assumed a legitimate doctor was providing services.
In this undercover sting, Kacharian was caught giving instructions on how to set up bogus medical clinics that bill Medicare using stolen doctor IDs.
The doctors that do know, they can claim identity theft any way. Yeah. That's pretty slick.
Dr. Gianfranco Berti had his identity stolen when he was recruited to join what appeared to be a new medical practice here. After the managers failed to show a business license, Dr. Berti pulled out. 2 years later, the FBI came calling.
I was actually pretty frightened.
The FBI questioned Dr. Berti, a psychiatrist, whether he had prescribed electric wheelchairs for Medicare patients, $800,000 worth.
And I said, no, I'm a psychiatrist. Why would I prescribe an electric wheelchair?
To file fraudulent claims, criminals need beneficiary ID numbers. They're easy to collect along LA's Skid Row. Residents tell CNN they've accepted cash from recruiters, known as cappers, to go to bogus medical clinics. There they share what they call their red, white, and blue, their Medicare card that has a beneficiary number for billing the government.
And that happens all the time around here?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Every day. People down here need somebody who comes up with a quick hustle for quick money. They're going to jump on it. I'm one of them. I will.
Jimmy Rogers says he went 3 times a week to a clinic, receiving $100 a visit.
They were no doctors. They were just somebody had their hand out, you know, and just ripped the system off, and using me as a means to rip the system off.
There are many more desperate people on Skid Row who are all too willing to sell their Medicare numbers. And because the government-run health programs operate on the honor system, it's easy for organized crime to cash in at the taxpayer's expense. The 2 Nigerians pled not guilty this week to defrauding Medicare. They're being held without bail at a federal detention center. Alan Chernoff, CNN, New York.